Morning guys, this is day 3 and we're still in Germany at the moment, having left our campsite this morning at 9, and look at this wonderful tram coming past us. Look at that. Fantastic.
It's almost on our road.
It is, yeah.
So, Camping Sennalpe we're heading for today, which is into Austria. So we'll take you along that journey. We're hoping that the weather clears a bit. It's a bit cloudy out there, as you've just seen. And a little bit of rain this morning, but it's a fairly changeable forecast, so hopefully we'll catch some of those fabulous alpine scenes for you.
Yeah.
But do enjoy the journey.
And we're just going over the Rhine here. Not sure whether you're going to be able to see it. Oh yes, you can. Yes. Lovely river, look at that. And obviously a very famous landmark in Germany, the Rhine.
Very nice too.
Well, just coming close to Fussen in Germany, and once we get to Fussen, just beyond that is Austria, and these are the Alps that we're looking at here. Absolutely stunning, can't wait to get a bit closer.
man, we had to just stop before we got to our campsite, which is another couple of miles up the road this way. Had to come and stop and just go wow for a moment, because it's just amazing. Look at that. The cloud and the sun breaking through here and there. So atmospheric. Wow. That is definitely wow. What a stunning run-in. Runs along the northern edge of Lake Plansee to Camping Sennalpe, which you'll be able to pick up on your Google Maps if you're searching for it. So it's the sort of eastern end of Lake Plansee. The company we booked through have got Camping Sea Spits, which we've just gone past, and then the other end of the lake they've got Camping Sennalpe. But that is pretty good. Hydroelectric. We'll have to find out whether it's there's a lot of signs of man-made activity at the banks and stuff, to see if we can put up on the screen for you whether it's hydroelectric or similar. But just a spectacular sight, no doubt about that.
It's absolutely breathtaking.
And of course it's our first time in Austria, isn't it, Rosie?
It is, yes. This is a
yeah, absolute
complete
first.
first for us, and it's it's just filled with so many fantastic views.
There we go. Looks like the first bits of Camping Sennalpe. Wow.
Beautiful.
Cool, look at that. It's like a sort of,
Yeah.
it looks like a little boat landing place.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Interesting. Oh, I love these buildings.
Yeah. Anybody think we're in Austria?
I know.
Look at them. Look just like Austrian buildings.
They do. Good old chalets. Here we are in Sennalpe.
There it is, Camping Sennalpe. Wow. Look, all these Aston Martins ahead.
Oh yeah.
A line of Astons, very nice too. Oh, listen to that.
Reception is camping and the hotel, yeah. So I guess we park somewhere here and go into the reception here.
Yeah. Well, Lake Plansee, Austria. Wait for this. So we're on the pitch here, a little bit of levelling on the ramps. Carol and Stephen are in. But since we got here yesterday, the weather has dropped a biblical amount of rain on us. And it's also snowed on the tops of the hills. Look at that. This is absolutely nuts. We're heading for temperatures that are in the upper 20s and maybe more, a little bit further south into Italy, and Croatia obviously is our final spot for a couple of weeks. And there we go, probably the coldest temperatures in Europe, looking at the European weather map, where we are now. But we've actually had a bit of snow on the tops. How fabulous is that? Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, it stopped raining, so I thought we'd just have a quick wander around and show you the site here at Lake Plansee, or a little bit more of the site at Lake Plansee. Give you a flavour of what it's like here. You obviously saw through the gap there, over the top there, the lake that we're next to, which we'll see again in a mo. So I've just walked a short distance from over there where we are, just near that green hut. But then they've got lots of these, and they're really unusual things. Not seen anything like it before. Inside these little huts are boxed in caravans. It's quite something. I'm wondering whether it's some sort of tax thing, that if it's still a technically movable structure, you don't pay sort of a bit like the UK where they put those weird wheels on mobile homes. But this is the shower block incidentally, which are absolutely immaculate and really nicely done. But look, they've got all these caravans hiding under these structures, which is very unusual. I've not seen that sort of thing before. But if it works, then why not? And they are literally boxed in. There's not a millimetre between the edge of the caravan and the sort of wooden structures that they've put round them. But gosh, it's almost Christmas-like. Snow on the hills. We didn't have snow as such, it just fell as rain by the time it got to us, but certainly, and this campsite's at about 3,000 feet, so it wouldn't have needed, I don't think, to be much more, and us to have had snow instead of rain, but snow it was up on the tops there, which does look quite beautiful, to be fair. And I've even had to don a hoodie, because the air temperature, it said, which we didn't technically believe, but it said the air temperature was going to be about 6 or 7 degrees this morning, and needless to say, it was, and the heating in the van went on, which was very toasty and very nice indeed. And this is the second, about three or four shower blocks on here, but really beautifully done. You can see they've got sort of granite tiling outside, and the insides are no different. They're really nicely set up, very spick and span. That's for, as you can see, for charging bikes. You can hire bikes here, both electric and standard, but you can see there's a few in there, but there's a definite nip in the air. Let's take you down, show you the lake down there. Just come through the barrier there. That's where we came in yesterday afternoon, in through there, and then worked our way across to the far side where the pitches are for both camping and for vans. And that's the first time we've seen the sun since that brief clip of film that I did yesterday as we were driving in. So we're hoping that we see a lot more sun over the next 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks that we're pottering around the southern part of Europe. Lots more of these sort of boxed in caravans. A lot of them are probably permanent residents, obviously. And look at that, what a spot. Isn't that beautiful? And as you can see from those bits and bobs on the side, this also seems to be a mecca for divers. In fact, there's one just popped his head up over there. There's divers everywhere. Most of the tents and caravans around us are all got people that were getting out diving gear this morning, so it's obviously a very popular spot. That little cabin over there as well is a cafe, which does some grub and bits and bobs, and I think you can also stay in that. But what an amazing spot. I mean, it would be nice if it was 25-30 degrees, but rather than about the 8 to 10 it is at the moment. But for that view, I can definitely cope with a slightly cooler temperature. Just hear a boat. Oh yeah, there it is. And then finally, just through the trees there, they've got a sort of hotel bit, Forella or something, Hotel Forella, where we had grub last night, which was absolutely fantastic. Because there aren't many shops here or any supplies, and in fact they're about 8-10 miles that way, and we couldn't be bothered to go out in the rain last night, so we popped into the hotel, had some really nice grub in there, and now at last a little bit of sunshine. But yeah, we've been towing some Literally, it was like it was on elastic on the back of the van. We were towing some crappy Belgian weather all the way down to Austria with us. But I think now, finally, it's starting to pass through. There we go, that's the Camping Sennalpe. That's the spelling of the campsite there, if you're fancying a trip down to Austria. And bizarre to think, when we were, think back to our film from Alpe d'Huez, when we were there in June, we're only a few weeks on, first couple of weeks in September. There it was about 30 degrees, and at the moment we're about 6. So, but I think the temperature, well, in fact, I'm pretty sure, looking at our next locations, which is Lake Garda and then down to Venice, that's certainly looking a lot warmer, mid-20s. Just a bizarre pocket of weather over the Alps here, but which of course you'd expect, being the Alps. They've got their own climate, but and of course maps and maps galore available here, which show a myriad of routes of walking, and they colour them in green, red and black, black being the most challenging walks, and really from any distance from 2 kilometres to 20 kilometre walks. And one or two other things that we were hoping to get to today. Just coming up midday now, so we might try and escape if this weather holds and have a bit look further afield before we have to leave tomorrow. But wow, look in the distance there, that snow over there has come down. There was nothing there yesterday. It was a tiny bit right on the tops of the hills, but we've had a good sprinkling in the last few hours. And just about all these cars and people with them have all been mooching around with diving stuff this morning. As I say, it's got to be quite a diving mecca. Looking at the colour of the streams and the water, that amazing turquoise that you get from glacial outflows, I'm sure A, it's cold, but B, the vision in there is probably really good. Yeah, there won't be many amazing backdrops like that for Resi the Moho. Just stunning.
Bob, let me get Bob paddling.
Look, because I've got my sliders on, they're persuading me to go in for a oh my word. God, it is amazing, isn't it? Look, isn't that weird? Snow on the hills, and the water here is it's actually really warm. My God. It's not quite the Mediterranean, but it's actually really warm. That is bathable. That is bathable without a wetsuit, albeit over there they're all wetsuited up. And in fact, they do diving schools here as well. Wow. It is lovely. So this will give you an idea of air temperature. So I'm wading in here, but look at these three here. So as you can see, the air temperature is definitely cool, but the water is definitely warmer. Very nice indeed. The wonders of Austria. Definitely see us coming back here. So as the weather's still being kinder to us and it's not precipitating, there we go. So I just walked along from the where Resi the Moho is, and you can just see that fabulous Austrian scenery. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, head south, they said. Head for the sun, September sun. Well, it's a tad chilly in Austria, I have to say. It was 5 degrees. 5 degrees in the daytime.
It's been cold, and we've had torrential rain.
Yeah,
and
48 hours of torrential, biblical. Yeah. We need an ark.
And snow. But we've enjoyed the scenery. It was still worth it, wasn't it? It was absolutely amazing. Absolutely, absolutely stunning scenery. And I'm sure if you've got to the end of the crazy
Oh, thank you for that. If you've got to the end of the crazy film, you'll see that it was absolutely amazing. But boy, what an extreme of weather. Yeah. So where are we heading tomorrow? Oh yes, we're heading to Camping Sennalpe in Italy by Lake Garda. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, for some scorchio weather.
Yeah, hoping it's going to get a bit warmer.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks ever so much to those of you who subscribed as well recently. And we look forward to showing you Camping Sennalpe in Italy. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye now. Bye.